is where MAGA comes to talk. All right. I've been watching all day this Trump 100-day celebratory rally in Michigan is amazing. These people are so lucky to be there. I'll be watching it, of course. I know you guys will. And, you know, this this is what the fake news media have been doing all week. They have these fake poll dumps. And, you know, I was talking about this a lot today. They're trying to get this narrative going that MAGA voters have turned on Trump. You know, they've been sending Democrats wearing MAGA hats to town halls, pretending to be Republicans, and then being upset, you know. And MAGA people are not only totally still behind President Trump, and they're not satisfied with what he's doing. Everyone is ecstatic. Everyone is so excited because President Trump is doing more than we ever realized. I saw one story today that said that President Trump's deported 100,000, and another one said 60-some thousand. I don't know. But he's deporting people. He's finishing the wall. You know, one day, the wall's going to be finished soon, and President Trump's keeping it on the down low. He's just going to come out one day and make a big announcement. I don't know if it'll be him. Here we go. The Great Wall of Trump has been completed. And he'll go down there. And he'll probably go down there and have a ceremony. The Great Wall of Trump on our southern border completed. These deportations happening. I mean, what's going on right now is the most historical time of any of our adult lives, because unless you were born, like, you know, during it lived through the Second World War, which there's sadly not too many of those people still around that were alive and coherent during the Second World War. This is the most historic time they could possibly be living through, because, you know, there have been presidents that, you know, like Ronald Reagan fought and defeated the Soviet Union. And that was a long-term process, long before he was president. You know, presidents have defeated Democrat insurrectionists in the Civil War, right? Abraham Lincoln, Roosevelt and Truman beat the Nazis and the Japanese in the Second World War. So, but what President Trump has done, he's defeated the globalists, he's defeated the wokesters, and he's done a complete reset worldwide, really, is what he's done. Yeah, I'm wearing this as a Trump shirt. I don't wear this one too. A listener sent this one to me. But like most of my shirts, it's really big and baggy because I've lost so much weight. It used to be tighter. But he's done a complete global reset. He, worldwide, the globalist time is over. The ripoff of America is over. But he's done a major reset here. All this woke stuff is done in this country. By the way, if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe. He's also changed the expectations that the majority of the voting population of this country have, so far as what they expect, not what they want, what they expect of our leaders in Washington. And we expect results. And that is what we are getting. It's amazing. You know, this business with Amazon, you know, they're going to start to put the tariffs next to the prices, you know, and Walmart, I mean, Amazon makes that announcement today. You know, doesn't Bezos have enough bad publicity with his Blue Origin Katy Perry flight that made him look like an idiot and their whole thing looks stupid? I mean, why do that? Why? Who has challenged Trump and won? Nobody. Who has crossed Trump and not come out a loser? And Jeff Bezos is out of his freaking mind to challenge President Trump on this. But so Amazon and their stocks, at least earlier, were not doing too well. So Amazon announces they're going to put the tariffs next to the price. Oh, my goodness. But what Walmart did today, Walmart made an announcement that they're going to start carrying more American-made products. So, you know, right now I ordered something a couple days ago on Amazon. So I'm waiting for an Amazon delivery for something small. And next time like the thing that I have coming today, it's just tiny little stuff, um, ink pens and some notepads, right, that I need for work. He starts doing that. I'll just go to Walmart and buy it, right? I'll just go to Walmart and buy it. That's what someone who, oh, Kai, is that Kai Trump? I doubt it. That's what Bezos did. He's going to drive someone away, and I don't think I'm alone in this, from Amazon right to Walmart. And a lot of us, we get things on Amazon instead of running out to Walmart because of the convenience, right? You got to get in the car, got to drive. I mean, I got two Walmarts in my neighborhood, but it's more convenient to order it on Amazon. But if Bezos does that, and then Walmart does what they promise, I'll be going to Walmart. I mean, this America First attitude that this country has now, you don't want to challenge that. And if Amazon puts the tariff prices, are they going to put the tariff prices that the other countries charge for imported goods? I don't think so. That would tick people off. I was talking to Joe Thomas today. He came in the studio, Jupiter Joe Thomas, and he was talking about the tariffs on BMWs. And I told him, I said, I bet you that there's more BMWs on the road in America than in Germany. And if you take the tariff away, it's probably not that expensive car. It's probably not even a luxury car. It's probably just kind of like a moderate sedan. The tariffs, these countries around the world are ripping us off. And, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, should be jumping for joy for what President Trump is doing on tariffs, because what Trump is going to do, what Trump is doing with the tariffs, and it's Jeff Bezos. He's had his head up in space too much with the Blue Origin, because this too big to fail attitude, right? Walmart had this too big to fail attitude. Amazon came along and really has done a lot of damage to Walmart's business. Walmart closed down stores for the first time ever with the rise of Amazon. But now Amazon's in trouble because of Temu. Now, I don't like Temu, but it's very popular. It's China, and what Trump is doing with the tariffs will stop Temu from, which sells junk, cheap junk, from damaging Amazon's business. But Jeff Bezos, no, we're going to put the tariffs there. We're going to challenge Trump. That's insane. Bezos, Amazon, they're helping Temu. But Amazon's going to have a big, big comeback with this. Oh, no, Walmart's saying they're going to carry more American-made products. That's awesome. And, they should put American flags, like, beneath them, like on the price tag, so it's an American product. I would pay a little bit more for my pens and notebooks to buy American-made at Walmart than with this the Amazon betraying us and Trump like this. Wouldn't you? Plus the drive there, it's only a mile away. I got two of them. The Trump hats are made in the USA. This is not an official Trump hat, I don't think. But my red ones are official Trump hats. They're all the official Trump merchandise that Trump sells on his websites is made in the USA. I show the made in the USA tags all the time. Walmart online delivers. Yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah, we got to check into that. Yeah, going to check into that. Show you now? Okay, I'll show you now. I just, let's see here. Hold on. Oh, Walmart delivers, my wife says. Okay, well, I'm going to have to start doing that. Let's see here. I've got, okay, this is my red MAGA hat I wore on the morning stream, right? This is the one I was wearing on the stream this morning. This is an official Trump hat. I have to show this like on every stream, but made in the USA. This is an official Trump hat made in the USA. Right there. Now, the orange hat I'm wearing is not an official Trump hat. It does not have a tag inside, so I don't know where it was made. But the official Trump hats, made in the USA. And I don't know why these trolls think that means something. You know, most everything is made in another country because the Democrats and the unions have driven manufacturing overseas. So, what Trump is doing with the tariffs is many things. One of them is to bring manufacturing back to the United States. Yeah, I like the orange MAGA hat. You always search for made. It's, you know, listen, you know, when Trump is done with this, China's going to be out of business. You know, China is a bigger enemy to us than the Soviet Union was in the 80s, okay? They really are. Because they've taken our industry, our manufacturing, our business, our pharmaceutical industry, all of that. Half the Congress is on the take from them. They have spies all over the place, you know, and they're a big threat. And Trump is going to put them out of business. Do I want J.D. Vance's? I'd be very happy with J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio. There's a lot of people I'd be happy with. We'll see. Now, make sure you guys subscribe. All right, yes or no, you're going to be watching the rally? The Trump rally in Michigan later? I can't wait. It's going to be a beautiful one. And it's such a big deal, even like CNN, Fox, and MSNBC are there and carrying it. Oh, Trump's got this. Vivek is not going to be the nominee. No, not going to happen. Do I drink Capri Sun? I did when I was a kid. I haven't had it in a long time. They still make Capri Sun? I guess they do. Well, you know, and not only has China taken all our manufacturing and everything, you see these people all the time. They violate our copyrights and trademarks. It's insane. They clone all of our everything. They just don't care. They're ripping us off every which way but loose. Trump is the greatest, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, yeah. Deflecting from what? What am I deflecting from? This is a great... You must not be an American. Our intellectual property, that is correct. Even like the Chinese, they steal things like they have fake Ford Explorers and things like that. Fake, in not just the United States, other countries. They have fake Bentleys and everything. It's insane what they get away with. We're supposed to let them get away with that? I would vote for Trump in 2028 in a heartbeat, wouldn't you? I wouldn't even think I'd vote for him. Absolutely. I'd vote for him in 28 and 2032. Wouldn't you? Why not? He's the best. Yep. Of course, who wouldn't? What question do you want answered, Laku? The Constitution can be amended. The 2 terms is an amendment. It was added after FDR died. They just steal it. You can't protect the intellectual property. They just steal it. They clone it. There's nothing you can do. They're outlaws in China. Who are you? My name is Brian, and this is where MAGA comes to talk. Oh yeah, I would. You could amend the Constitution so he could run again in 28. Sure. Yeah. A 3rd term, that would be awesome. The tariffs are great. I love how these liberals are all into the Constitution now. They've been telling us the Constitution was racist. It was written by white supremacist slave owners to maintain white supremacy. Now, all the liberals want to hold the Constitution up to this thing that they admire. Yeah, little inconsistency there. I answered. You just didn't like the answer. The Constitution can be amended. It's been amended, what, 27? We got 27? How many amendments are in the Constitution? Trump 2036, Trump 2040. Trump for life, man. The United States is getting its respect back. Yeah, the United States has been a chump. You know, that's it. And this idiot Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, he thinks he's going to beat Trump. 90% of the Canadian economy is from the United States. 90%. That means not only is the United States funding the entire Canadian government, all the workers in Canada, we're paying their salaries too. Not just the government workers, regular workers. 90% of the Canadian economy is dependent on the United States. So they're a client state. You know, and Carney's like, oh, Canada has other options. What other options? Trump is the great MAGA king. That's right. I don't have a 401k, Max. All these trolls have 401ks too. You notice that? All of a sudden, they've all got 401ks. They respect the Constitution. Yeah, I saw this one Canadian lady. She said she voted for Carney because she doesn't like Trump. Okay. So put an idiot in charge of your country because you don't like Trump. Trump derangement syndrome's in Canada too. It's spreading. Oh, I support all of Trump's policies. Absolutely. Especially the deportation policy going on right now. Should Canada become part of the United States? No. We don't want them to have representation in Congress. They're too liberal. I would not want them part of the United States. Greenland, now that's another story. I'd love Greenland to become a state. That'd be amazing. America is great again. We got Trump reelected. Yeah, this is the second inauguration shirt. Oh yeah, Greenland would be great. I would trust Greenland as a state, but not Canada. No, Trump doesn't want Canada as a state. When he talks about that, he's showing that Canada is getting so much help and support from the United States. They are like a state. You know, Canada is not really an independent country. They are 100% dependent on us. And we're giving them so much, it's like a state. That's what he's talking about. He's highlighting how much they're ripping us off. That's why he talks about that. He doesn't want them to be a state because it's too big just to be one state, so it would probably be multiple states. Maybe each province would be a state, and every state gets 2 U.S. senators. So we don't want them to have, they would throw the balance of the Senate out of whack, and they would all get members of the House of Representatives. It would mess up the whole Congress. Canada's ripping us off. We don't need these other countries. America can go it alone. We don't need them. They need us. DEI didn't earn it. We don't need Canada. There's nothing we need from Canada. What do we need from Canada that we cannot produce ourselves? We have more of everything than they have. Natural gas, oil, coal, lumber, everything. Beer. What's the Canadian beer? Molson? Ugh. No. What is there? What's the Canadian beer? Labatt's. I don't think I've had that. They can keep that. It seems like Canada, whenever the Canadians are not just here with the trolls, I'm talking about like their leaders on television, all they talk about is alcohol, liquor. They're a bunch of drunks up there. Yeah, Canada we can give them Bud Light. Yeah, they can have Bud Light. Connie probably likes Bud Light. Probably his favorite beer. Yeah. Yeah, we pay for their health care, their universal health care system. We pay for that. We don't need Canadian steel. We can make our own steel. We don't need any of these things. The only thing we want from Canada is our auto industry that they stole from us back, and all our manufacturing they took from us because of Bill Clinton and NAFTA back. We don't want anything from them. Why do we import oil from Canada? Because we've got sellout politicians. The United States has more oil than any other country in the world, including Saudi Arabia. We do not need to import any oil. How does America pay for Canadians' health care? Because we're financing their whole country. They stole our auto industry. They stole our manufacturing. We pay for everything, not just their health care. We pay to fund their entire government. We pay for their defense. We are funding that entire country. That's why President Trump calls them the 51st state. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to my channel. Oh, no, we could put OPEC out of business. The United States has more oil than any other country in the world. We have more natural gas than any other country in the world and more coal than any other country in the world. We do not need any farm products from Canada. We have better soil and farms. First of all, most of Canada, 6 months of the year, even more maybe in some areas, is a frozen wasteland tundra. We have the best soil and farming in this country. We do not need any agricultural products from Canada, especially at those ridiculous tariffs they're ripping us off with. In America, the topsoil is measured in feet in the United States, in feet. And our soil's not frozen half the year or more like in Canada. No, we need nothing from Canada, absolutely nothing. They need us, and we don't need their tourists either. You know, here in Florida, the Canadian tourists, mostly the French Canadian, they're a pain in the ass. Nobody likes them. And if Connie thinks he's going to win a trade war against the United States, oh my goodness, he's out of his mind. He's dumber than Trudeau. Nobody likes American tourists. If it were not for American tourists, Europe would collapse. Europe is just a tourist trap of American tourists. I mean, if it was not for American tourists, what would Europe have? They'd have nothing. Yeah. Oh, Florida's the best state. Plus, President Trump lives here. President Trump's a Florida resident. So is Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and Marco Rubio. The whole cabinet, pretty much, almost are Florida residents. Someone said, aren't you the guy who thinks when someone uses sir, I lost it. It's automatically a non-U.S. citizen? It depends on what context. If you say, yes, sir, no, sir, that's, they would say that in the military. But if you're a native English speaker, you don't begin a sentence with sir. Florida is the best state, no doubt about it. The world's boycotting American products? Well, let them. Canada Dry Ginger Ale? Isn't Seagram's American ginger ale? Trump should definitely have a third term. Obama had 3 terms. This last 4 years, Obama was running everything. Absolutely, he should have a third term. Yes, I'm married. The Middle East was far more developed than Europe for centuries. Really? Then what happened? If the Middle East and Africa invented everything, why is it like third world now? I like how they say that the Middle East in Africa invented everything. Spaceships, the steam engine, the wheel, but now they're third world. It doesn't, what happened? I'm curious. Because of colonialism? It was a third world wasteland before colonialism. America is great. Mm-hmm. The Africans sold their own people into slavery to the European slave traders. Europe didn't invade Africa and capture people and turn them into slaves. They just came along the coast, and the Africans brought people they kidnapped and sold them to the Europeans. The Africa put their own people into bondage. Everybody knows this. Come on, is this news to you? Oh, so much winning, absolutely. My favorite thing that Trump has done so far, I don't know, it's hard to pick my favorite, but when he put those signs up of all the violent illegals that they've arrested at the White House yesterday, that was amazing. Whosever idea that was should really get credit for that. That was beautiful. And I love it. I'm watching the news, and he put them right behind where all the reporters stand to do the reports, and you see the signs there all day. That's amazing. I hope they keep signs there through the whole presidency and just rotate them like once a week or whatever. Maybe they could probably rotate them more often than that, actually. They're arresting so many people. What, Europe invaded Africa? I don't think so. Mm-hmm. No, Trump didn't break the law. Not at all. Oh, yeah, those illegals on the sign they arrested, they were the worst. Murderers, sex traffickers, I mean, the worst. Yeah, Obama was going to go to El Salvador to meet the fake Maryland man, and Trump said he would bring charges against him for violating the Logan Act if he did. Who has not been processed? These people, of course, have been processed. And they've gotten due process. Well, Trump, the arrest of Trump, that's, what Biden was doing was acting like Putin, bringing charges and arresting and trying to put in jail his political opposition. That's what that was about. Who cares what the Supreme Court says? The Supreme Court does not tell the President of the United States what to do. He does not answer to the Supreme Court or federal judges. The Supreme Court said black people were property. Dred Scott once. The Supreme Court ruled that segregation was constitutional, right? I mean, come on. So, the Supreme Court, they've done some pretty terrible things. The supreme law of the land, so they say. They're not the supreme law of the land. Oh, I've read history. The checks and balances don't work like you want to think they work. The President of the United States is not supervised or answers to judges. That's just not the way it works. If there's a constitutional process. If a president is breaking the law, committing crimes, high crimes and misdemeanors, he can be impeached in the House of Representatives and tried in the Senate. And if 3/4 of the senators vote to remove him from office, he's out. It's not up to judges. The impeachment process is the judges. I don't even know if they got anything on under those robes. It's kind of weird they still wear those, isn't it? And it's really weird when the Supreme Court, they wear them to the State of the Union. I guess nobody will know who they are if they don't have the robes on. They look like idiots. No, I just studied history before all the wokesters with their 1619 project started rewriting American history. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, those of you that are new, welcome to my channel. Oh no, no. The judicial branch the judicial branch is in the Constitution, but they don't supervise the president. They're not a committee that overrides the president. Mm-mm. I mean, can the president tell the Supreme Court what to do and they have to do it? No. Nope. Can the Congress tell the Supreme? No. Supreme Court does not have authority over the president. And they have no enforcement power. They just give opinions. They just give their opinions. Yeah. That's right. MAGA, baby. MAGA for life. The Supreme Court has no authority over presidents. Now, that's a liberal urban legend. Liberal urban legend. Now, they may think they have authority over them, but they don't. The branches of government are not co-equal. That's another lie that they've taught us in this country. That is not true. The branches of government are not equal. Mm-mm. The presidency is far superior in power than the other branches. He has a military. He can launch nuclear weapons. He can do all kinds of things. No, they're not co-equal. That's another bunch of crap they give us. Mm-hmm. How is the judicial branch or the Congress equal to the president of the United States? He's one man. He can do all kinds of things. Look at all these executive orders that he signs. He just signs an order, takes the funding away from Harvard. I mean, they don't have that kind of power. One person now. They're not co-equal. Mm-mm. He signs an executive order. He's deporting, put a process in to deport millions of illegals in the country. The other branches don't have that kind of, they're not co-equal. Mm-hmm. That's right. Trump for life. Trump's not burning books. What books is Trump burning? America's very sane. We reelected Trump. Obviously, I can read. I'm reading your troll comments. I don't have a 401k. Either do you. All these troll losers with no jobs have 401ks. Come on. Oh, the border crossings have almost completely stopped. Mm-hmm. Trump takes that money away from Canada, Canada will collapse. If we put an embargo on Canada, the country would completely collapse. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Canada is like a welfare state, sucking off the United States. They're welfare queens, a welfare country, totally sucking off the United States. Been ripping us off forever. Mm-hmm. Yep. He did. Trump went out on television and said, "Leave, go home." Well, listen, guys, I'm going to take off, so make sure you subscribe if you're new. I'm all choked up thinking about the rally today. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I'll see you next time.